We are so advanced now. We got to step 2. Yes. And the first thing I want to consider here is to make a dry run to see how this deck gets on top of the hull. Just a dry run. It looks very straight, and quite rigid. It doesn't give you the cheap feeling, or should I say the feeling of cheapness, if that's normal English language, I don't know. It's too early in the morning. Let's try and see what's going on. So this one, okay, this one comes like this. I mean, it fits greatly, but I will have to now this is the correct position over there, and perhaps I will have to glue it in that area, and then later on come here, press it properly and glue it, because it doesn't stay in at horizontal by itself. I think there are a couple of pressure points that will have to be respected and glued first for this one to fit, but it does fit. Now, a problem that I've seen already, I mean, it's not a problem, it's a challenge for me. Let's say this one here, just ignore the lack of paint over here. It's nothing. It's gonna be touched up later. Now we will have at some point, I think towards the end of the build, to install the anchors. I don't know how many and what position, I will have to decide about that. And the anchor chains. And if this deck is already in place, how am I gonna pass the anchor chain from lower level to the higher level and to make it get out of through this hole? It might not be impossible, but it's impossible for me. So what I will do, I will install the wooden deck on this one, and then while still out and not glued, I will have to paint and install the chains and the anchor, or the anchors, and then glue it, everything in place. I think so. Otherwise, how can you do it? Because I could just install the deck, glue the anchor in place at the end, and get the chain coming here and stopping somewhere here in the hole. But sometimes you get this chain going out a bit with the anchor, it gets a better, the visuals are better, I think. I will have to try it. If it doesn't work the way I think, I'm gonna leave it the way they say in the instructions. That's something to consider now. Wooden deck, anchor chain, anchors. This is the sprue F. I mean, these are the sprues F. It's a double one, having the turrets, the guns, some boat supports, anchors. We only have 2 anchors, so the intention is clear to install 2 anchors on the ship. No escape, nothing else to do. The chain is not the chain from the model. I've lost it. I don't know where I put it. I've lost it. I was looking twice in the box and there is no chain. And I know for sure I've seen the chain somewhere. This is the chain that came with the wooden deck from Artworks. So these days you cannot even say anymore you lost something. No. You misplaced it. Yeah. So I misplaced this one. Don't know where it is. So I'll have to see how everything matches and to get it on the deck. If you wonder what I'm doing, well, I paint the anchor chain hull red. First it's gonna be paint one side and the other side, and that's the chosen color. I could have left it as is, but it's shiny. I don't like it shiny. So I will try to paint it, rust it, weather it a bit. Nothing fancy, nothing very complicated, just simple painting. You get the idea. I'm gonna stop recording and show you the chain at the end. As you might remember from the Cesarewitch build, I was doing pretty much the same for the wooden deck. It was the same principle. Basically all these things, all these shapes that appear here, they have to be removed one by one . And then the deck will have to be applied on the plastic piece. We also have some instructions. And when in doubt about what piece should be removed, you can just look at the instruction. Anyway, what should be removed is quite obvious, especially having the actual model in your eyes. You can just look and it's self-explanatory. I will not, of course I will not do all this on camera because it's quite tedious, as you can see, but you get the idea. Oh, by the way, the chain is no paint. It's still not very dry, and there is some shyness, there is some shining left, but I won't bother with whatever is left. I already applied paint on two faces, if you can call them faces, for the chain. So yeah, I'm gonna continue with this one, and we'll see at the end before applying it to the actual plastic deck. I approach the end of this exercise. Now there have been, by my count, around 100 pieces, larger and small, that had to be removed, and now I'm into trying to get out the deck from its plastic sheet. I don't remember, however, how this went for the Cesarewitch, but now this one looks to me more, I don't know, more complicated. Should I perhaps just do it like this? I'm not so sure. Not so sure at all. This part has to follow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I broke that one. It's my fault, but also I can tell the glue they used for this one is more, I don't know, adhesive that whatever they used for the other one in Cesarewitch. Remember, in Cesarewitch I did two of them because I had two ships to do, and there were no issues whatsoever. So I'm having the skin. Maybe I should zoom out. Okay, I have the skin. The anchors, I have them here, but I will not glue it quite yet because I forgot this thing in the middle. If needed, I'm gonna clean it out later. Let's try to center it around one turret. Around second turret. around second turret. You can see how well it matches even the smallest. Let me zoom here. Even the smallest holes, if you put it properly. And I think I've seen somewhere somebody teaching everybody else how to install these decks, and the guy said you center it first around, let's say, one big turret. You find right away, because you don't have any chances here, you find right away a second reference point, you center it over there, and then you try to go and put it in place everywhere, of course, the best you can. And the best I can is worse than what other people would normally do, but hey, this is how I enjoy it. Okay, up to here we are okay. The first turret is centered. Now I wonder what's gonna happen here. Let's see. So this is okay-ish. This one is okay. How about this one? This one is okay. This one here is also okay. I follow the perimeter of the turret as well as I can. I think I need something like this to push it down. Let's see what we're doing here. Even the part that I broke came into place quite okay. Quite okay for now. Let's keep fingers crossed. Here I'm having a bit of a problem. Not quite a problem, but a small misalignment. Which has to be compensated here. Okay. This one is okay too. I don't have yet a problem here. Well, I am perhaps a half of a millimeter outside. You can see it here. But you know what? Do I care about that? short answer, no, I don't care about that. I'm not going to a museum. And this part, I forgot to get it out. Yeah. I think we did well. I think we did well. Let's make another dry run on the ship. Let's make another dry run. This small part here that I broke, it's in its place, but it tends to get out. I will glue it later. It will be something like this. Something like this. Let's get this out of the way. I think this is it. Yeah. Now I will have to glue it in place. Oh no, 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 no. Now I have to worry about the anchors and the chains, as I explained. Yes. I have measured the anchor chain. What's needed, I mean, on the deck of the model, and it seems that I would need some 4 centimeters. But here I put a bit more than 5, just to be sure. If more cutting is needed, I will do it on the deck while installed towards the end of the build. And we need 3 pieces. It becomes a bit rigid after you paint it. No worries. That's about it. Now these pieces, they will have to be glued with the... I'm gonna keep the rest of the chain for other uses. And here I've done the anchors. So the chains need to be glued into that hole of the anchors. I promised myself once I would have finished the Cesarewitch, I was going to clean my tools, which have a lot of traces of paint and whatnot, and I didn't do it this time because I forgot. Usually I don't do it because I'm lazy, but no such excuse this time. I also said I was going to replace my improvised applicator, this one, with something more, something smaller, something slimmer, because this one takes too much glue and is not very accurate either. Well, it will have to do for this for the purpose of these anchors, but yes, I will have to change it at some point. I'm gonna leave it like this for now. The second one. And the third one which will be applied directly to the deck. Again, the camera is not where it is supposed to be. Let's rearrange a bit. I wonder. This would be a good position. Okay. You can even see the holes for those anchors. And of course they will need some more touch-up, the anchors. But now is not the time for that. I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'm gonna try to insert those chains through the anchor ports. Here, and get them, insert them from here and get them out from here, and then I will glue the deck. Big adventure. Okay, so not this one, but this one. I need to what? I need to pass it through the hole. like this. I'm gonna catch it with a tweezer, the other side. And I'm gonna keep it in the tweezer. For now. Now let's do the same for the second one. If you want to say that I'm doing this all upside down compared to Hobby Boss instructions, you would not be wrong at all. But Hobby Boss instructions are for people who are not as clumsy and as lazy as I am. Hobby Boss instructions are for normal people. And I do it differently because I am both clumsy and lazy. More clumsy, I have to say, but okay. And now these ends have to enter these holes here. So we put, as shown, I've put one anchor here, one anchor here, and then I have to do something about the final end, about this end going through this hole. So how am I going to do that from this position? I don't know. Maybe we'll try something like this. Let's get the first end out. Let's bring the deck in a better position. Wow, it really matches. And now I'm gonna really fix it with the tweezer. Okay, and now we have to do the same for the other chain. Okay, and let's go with a tweezer. Is it tweezer or tweezers? My English is so awkward. Okay. I think it's tweezers, the same way as scissors. Yeah. Well, what do you know? We have one and we have two. And of course this one will be installed at the end. No worries about this one, no worries. But this one I cannot lose it. I'm gonna put it here. Okay. So what now? How do I manage for this one to stay here without the tweezers? Because obviously I cannot keep the tweezers in there during construction. And I think I'm gonna put some tape on it. I'm gonna tape it. I'm gonna tape both of them. One and two, at least for now. At least for now. Because I know pretty soon we're gonna have to start installing the small pieces on this deck. So those chains will be in the way. But for now, at least, they will be fixed in place. You know what, I'm gonna tape them again. Okay. Once this is done, I can finally start thinking. The anchors, they need more work. They need some small pieces to be cut out, these small pieces, and they need some more touch up and so on. This is not to worry about now. What I want to do is get zoom out. Let's get this one a bit out, just enough as to be able to apply some glue under there. Some adhesive, and we'll see from that moment how everything goes. I need space. I need this space, and maybe okay, I should be okay. Should come with the CA glue, because this deck is not to be glued with the Tamiya cement. I think the CA glue is the way to do it. Okay, where is my applicator? Okay, it's here. Sorry about that. Let's start applying some glue, some adhesive. I was meditating today about how many people, if any, who watched my Cesarewitch build videos are still here for the Lord Nelson. I mean, it's not like you see something very new or very different. basically the same operations with some variations, of course. But I don't know. Speaking about myself, I watched, I was hungry to watch Ron Calverley episodes years ago, when he built the Bismarck and the Hood and Rodney. And I've also watched, I think, a good part of the Iowa, and I didn't watch much of that stupid submarine he's doing now, but I'm sure it's gonna be a wonderful model. Of that I'm sure. I'm curious to know what he will build after that. Anticipation is important, eh? Quite a lot of glue to be applied. Maybe I should have applied only some points like this and not try to extend it too much. I don't know. We'll see what works, or we'll see what sticks. One thing's for sure, this deck needs some serious gluing. Let's put it here. Let's add some glue in here. In here. Well, let's try it. I am in position. I am in position here too. Sorry about that. I'm here okay. Here okay. Like this. I'm gonna keep it like this for about 2 minutes, and I'm gonna stop recording. Okay then, this is the deck. I have to say, it went inside the hole, that is a bit better than the trumpeter one for the Cesarewitch. At some point towards the end I had a small mismatch in this area, but very small. It was like it was not very stable here by perhaps 1/4 millimeter. Very small. So I've applied some Tamiya cement in this area, but apart from that it went so well. And what do you know, the anchors and the anchor chains are in place now. So interesting, very interesting. And this, my friends, completes the step 2. Thank you for watching.